It's time now for a look at the day's business news, and we start with some warnings from both central bankers and industry groups as to the possibility of that no-deal Brexit growing after Monday night's votes in the UK Parliament. To tell us more about what may lie ahead on the economic side of things, Brian Quinn is with us. Brian.
Hey, Eve. Well, top European central bankers are warning that financial markets have not priced in the possibility of a hard Brexit. ECB Vice President Luis de Guindos sounding the alarm to EU lawmakers Monday, suggesting that markets are counting on a political resolution in the UK that may not be coming. With the Eurozone economy slowing since late 2018, the ECB says a no-deal scenario could amplify that downward trend, hitting not just the value of the pound, but equities as well, as confidence wanes. Meanwhile, a leading UK business group says the requirements of preparing for a hard Brexit are taking a serious toll on investment.
On our members, they're having contracts cancelled, they're having to stockpile, they're having to do contingency planning, which is a waste of money. Hopefully they won't need to do it because there won't be no deal. But all of these things add up to extra costs, extra uncertainty, and they stop businesses focusing on doing the real things, which is innovating, creating jobs, making the economy better.
It's time for a check-in on the markets. European indexes opening in positive territory following a solid session on Wall Street yesterday. As new data shows U.S. manufacturing on the rise, that easing some fears of a global slowdown. London opening up 0.2%. The CAC 40 here in Paris up around 0.1%. Frankfurt DAX also up around 0.2%. Asian indexes mixed on Tuesday. The Nikkei in Tokyo erased some earlier gains to end the day just under the flat line. Chinese indexes hit a 7-month high as the country's manufacturing sector rebounds after months of decline. The Kospi in Seoul ending the day up 0.4%. The next Boeing's planned software update for its 737 MAX series jets is taking longer than expected. The company said Monday it expects to submit the update for governmental approval in the coming weeks, after previously saying the fix would be ready by last week. The 737 MAX's anti-stall flight control software is suspected as a key factor in 2 recent crashes that killed nearly 300 people. Hundreds of the jets have been grounded following those crashes, casting doubt on a raft of pending orders. Saudi budget airline Flyadeal says it's waiting for investigation results before completing its purchase of 30 Boeing jets. The kingdom's aviation minister says the model will remain banned from its airspace for the time being.
I think the global reaction to the tragic incidents that happened showed the efficacy of the overall global aviation industry in managing such a tragedy. And we in the kingdom will be following similarly what the rest of the global aviation industry is going to be doing on this front, including any recertification that may be happening as well.
And finally, for business, where's the beef? Not on the new Whopper from Burger King. The American fast food chain has just released a version of its flagship burger featuring a meatless patty from Silicon Valley startup Impossible Foods. It comes as consumers are increasingly turning to plant-based meat alternatives for ethical, health, and environmental benefits. Emerald Maxwell reports.
Tastes like a Whopper. Tastes like a Whopper. Tastes like a beef burger.
That's impossible. It tasted just like a Whopper should taste.
It's the latest fast food outlet to flirt with veggie burgers. Burger King is rolling out a meatless version of its Whopper with a plant-based patty made by Silicon Valley startup Impossible Foods.
There's a huge surge in consumer demand for these products. It's quite amazing to me, compared to when we started, to see how much work is being done now to get into this space, and we welcome it.
As more attention focuses on the environmental hazards of meat farming and the health benefits of plant-based diets, worldwide interest in veganism has more than quadrupled in the last 5 years, according to Google searches. Businesses are rushing in to meet that demand, with the global vegan meat market set to surpass $6.5 billion by 2026. And companies like Impossible Foods and its competitor Beyond Meat aren't just targeting the converted anymore.
I was confused that I wasn't eating meat because it tasted and felt like meat.
They're focusing on developing plant-based foods that taste enough like meat to appeal to hardcore carnivores, even marketing kosher and halal varieties. Traditional food businesses are also jumping on the bandwagon. In December, consumer goods giant Unilever announced the acquisition of Dutch meat substitute company, The Vegetarian Butcher. Meanwhile, another movement also gaining momentum is clean meat. That's meat produced in the lab from animal cells rather than slaughter. Dutch startup Mosa Meat recently announced it had raised €7.5 million to bring it to the market by 2021.
Looks all right. I'll give it a try when it comes out if it comes out in Europe sometime soon.
Thanks a lot, Brian, for that business update. Brian Quinn with us there.